Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Round 9. And if you'd like to post the layout using today's sketch on Instagram, it's hashtag 30DSCBL9. And you can also do it in the Facebook group. And this is the sketch that we have today. And it is by Katie Scott, who is one half of the Scrappy Sisters here on YouTube. Super cute. I had fun with it. I used well, it's a printout from the internet that I had in my template stash for my photos, and then I did the matting just by hand from it. But I will have dies for the other hexagons, and I'm using Simple Stories, Simple Vintage, Lemon Twist, I think is what it is. And the background I'm using Consortium. This one is grunge pastels, I believe is what it's called, or lighter colors, pastels. Anyway, I got it months ago, 6 months maybe, and I hadn't used it yet. But I mentioned it in a video the other day and thought, I'm going to have to use that. So I pulled it out for this layout. My photo hexagons are a little bigger than the ones in the sketch, but I was wanting them bigger. I wanted to make sure that Charlie's leg showed because I'm kind of thinking it might be tomorrow's layout. We'll have her much younger doing basically the same pose. And I thought that was so cute that I could have them together while doing these, 30 days of sketches. But if I'd used a smaller hexagon, it would have got cut off for sure. There are some random, like smaller ones. I'm not going to put mine in exactly the same places. One, I'm not doing it because of the title. And then I almost forget to do the title. I will be doing it at the end. And then it will not be what I planned because I don't have enough room. But I will come up with a title to take its place and save that one for another day. I used, that one die that's still laying in the tray with the leaves is a pink fresh dye, but the one that I pulled out and started inking, I am not sure what it is. I've had a long time. And since I put a lot of my leaves together, especially after the packaging tears up, I'm not sure what it is, but I like it a lot anyway because it does show embossing on it. The Simple Stories always has those cute little clusters and usually a doily in the cluster. So I'm going to make a cluster underneath that photo. I did consider the chevrons, but then I thought of this and it won out. I, let's see, the strips, they were scraps. I just picked some scraps and I have a couple of more in the tray for the little banner at the top. And they're matching. I'm only going to have the same two scraps that I have down there. And I'm going to put the circle on there and you will see me in a minute. Well, maybe a little longer in a minute. I will remember I planned on putting this heart that's in the tray on it. And I will get it on there. At the moment, that flower's laying right there. And I'm not even thinking of the heart. But it will make it on there. I'm going to mix the two little sprays of greenery together on my little cluster here. And then I still have some of those got flowers, and I had made them the other day for a layout and inked them in the wild honey. Yeah, wild honey. And I will just use them. I had plenty left over because I decided not to put them all on the heart. And they're going to get scattered pretty much over the whole layout. I'm going to put a bigger area than I did on the heart. Paper at the moment, well, you may not be till I mention that, but if you're looking at the paper, you can tell that it is a dark green on the darker parts, but in the photos, I think it looks more black, but it is a dark green, a really dark green, but a dark green. I fussy cut some butterflies out. I cut 3 out for this and then realized I had a whole bunch cut out. I hadn't used this in a while and I had prepped it when I got it to use. Well, I think it was for the September 30 Days of Sketches, and then didn't use it as much as I thought I would. And oh yeah, I've got a whole little baggie of stuff. Fussy cut out all the stickers mounted on cardstock, glued on there so that they're sturdier, and Fussy cut out from there. But yeah, I did the butterflies when I did not need to. But I did do three of them, and all three will go on the layout, even though I'll be hunting for the last one because I'll remember it and have to dig in that tray to find it. I I put that Brad on there on that doily. Then I decided I wanted to move it. No. I went to pull it up and the doily started to tear immediately. So it's going to stay right where it's at. And I used that clothespin die. Well, I already had a bunch cut out and done. And the cardstock that I use for it is Simple Stories, Color Vibes, I think is what it's called, the wood grain ones. And then for the little wire on it, I used a silver gel pen. And like I said, I did quite a few outs, did quite a few up so I wouldn't have to keep doing them each time I used them. But it goes really good with this collection, so I wanted to make sure I used one. I used one of the bigger ones. That cluster up there, I'm going to forget for a little while that the original sketch has a couple of hexagons up there in it, and that I did cut some out for it, but I will remember them. And I have all the ones on the layout except one, the one that will be on the very top of the layout. I've got them layered with a piece of foam tape in between the two just to give it more dimension, and I will do it on the bottom one on that cluster later when I finally do remember it. I cut another little chunk of the doily out, and it was too big. It looked small, but it was still too big. So I had to cut a little bit more. And those doilies are from, I believe it's Doodlebug. And you probably get 30 or more in the package. But they're just about the right size for these border clusters. And I think they do have smaller ones. I might even have a smaller black one. I'm not quite sure, but I've got them in a container. I need to look and see because they might be coming in handy. I can mix them with these. So when I need smaller, I'll have smaller. But I haven't used those in a while. I'll have to double check on that. Um, let's see. While I'm doing these little clusters, I think I'm getting close to getting done besides the title. But while I'm doing all that, I want to mention that down there below, you will find links to everybody else that are doing the Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches this month. And if you haven't looked lately, I've added a few names of different ones I've noticed that are doing the videos too. And then, of course, if you go to the Facebook group, there's even more people that's doing layouts with these sketches. Awesome scrapbookers, everyone, whether they make a video or not. Check them out and see what they come up with today's sketch and all the other days too. As I've mentioned before, not everybody's doing it every single day, but there are many. It seems like many that are. And then others doing it on the days that they can. Let's see where I got to while I was gone. Not very far. It looks like I'm still on that cluster. I decided to go ahead and put one of the brads in each one of the little areas, well, three different areas on the layout. And these sequins, they're really pretty, but they were just a little too shiny. Went to put them on there and I thought, oh man, those are really bright and shiny. Maybe I don't want them after all. So I went ahead and took them off. And while I was trying to think of what other sequins I could use, I decided that I would just use my Mr. Huey's bookworm and sprinkle that on there instead. You all know I like more. So here I am adding more to those little hexagons over there on the right. Well, I'm going to add to all three of them, not just the ones on the right. I'm not sure when it is exactly I think about the two that go up in that cluster, but I will eventually remember them. While I am working with the ones right now, I think. I think that's when I remember it. And I guess while I was mentioning everybody down there below in the description box, I put the title on and it is Tim Holtz. And I'm not sure what it's called. I didn't even think to look when I pulled it out. I've had it for many years. But I did enjoying the journey, because usually when this is big spring and we love to go there, especially me because I take photos. But yeah, it's such a beautiful place. So I thought enjoy the journey, not enjoying. Enjoy the journey sounded pretty good. And there's my other hexagons, and I just used scraps for the two pieces of paper that's not black, and made them because, I didn't want to cut in 12 by 12. So, yeah, I just used scraps. And that one almost has a flower on it. I think it's greenery or flower or something, but it's not enough to really be able to tell. But I thought the colors looked good, so that scrap worked for me. And the other one just has little tiny polka dots on it. And I wanted the greenery to show instead of being under there. So I went ahead and used my pick and pulled it up so that it would be laying on there. And then I thought, I need more. So I am inking up a piece to make that little piece longer, is what I'm doing. And it works. It looks like it might be on purpose after all. Let's see, I'm adding a little flower to each one of the hexagons. And really, I think I'm done then. I really thought I was done when I put the splatter on, but as you can see, that wasn't true at all. Digging for my other butterfly, well, not digging for it, I got it out right away, but I thought I'd keep digging and see if there was anything else that I missed that needed to go on my layout, like anything else really needed to go on here. But that's what I was doing, just making sure there was nothing else I wanted on here. But that's it. That's my layout. And yeah, it's so funny how much it looks more greener in this photo, where in the video it looked more greenish blue. I guess yeah, one was a camera and one was my cell phone. Maybe that's it, because my cell phone made me not do as well as the Canon did. Well, yeah, because the Canon's colors are more true. Yes, but there's my little cluster. And isn't that the cutest little clothespin? I made them homemade plenty of times, but I seen that die and I thought, oh, I love that. And I had a variety, had the straight ones too. So I like that too. And there's my little hexagons. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so very much. And thank you all so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. But don't forget to check everybody else down there below out and get more inspiration. And check out the Facebook group. Have a happy scrappy week. Have fun. Bye.